Well, let's take a live look back on the Senate floor where you have the Texas Senator Ted Cruz. He is talking and he'll continue talking for the foreseeable future. In fact, his office says he'll talk as long as he can. He needs 41 votes to defund Obamacare. He knows he's not going to get them. He also knows this tomorrow morning, and the vote will likely pass. So let's bring in columnist and associate editor for the D.C. newspaper The Hill, A.B. Stoddard. So he's talking, A.B., and he's talking, and he'll probably talk for the next several hours. But the Democrats are saying very little so far. Are you surprised by that?
Well, I think the Democrats, Republicans who don't want to shut down, have sort of coalesced about what the plans are going to be between now and midnight on September 30th. And how they're going to keep the government running. Everyone should be reminded that this is a very dramatic moment for what we're talking about is only a 2-month patch, less than 2 months. And it's a patch of funding to keep the government operating until November 15th. But I think that this is this non-filibuster that Ted Cruz is engaging in really shows you that this whole thing that he started in the summer has really always been about Ted Cruz, because he knew he didn't have the numbers to stop this. But we're now, all eyes on Ted Cruz as he conducts something that won't even change the status of his bill.
Yeah, he keeps talking. He gets a lot of airtime. I mean, you go back to the last time the government shut down, AB, in the mid-'90s, and that ended up actually boosting President Clinton's numbers when he needed it most. I mean, is it your opinion here the Republicans are not looking closely enough at history?
Ted Cruz is one of the Republicans who's made the argument that it really wasn't that bad and it's something that they should risk to push, an initiative like defunding Obamacare. Unfortunately, Obamacare is unpopular. It's made everybody very anxious, from business owners to consumers to doctors. And Republicans thought they were on the offense on this issue. They were united about one thing and one thing only, and that was Obamacare. So because this became a narrative about defunding the government and risking shutting it down, defunding Obamacare and risking shutting the government down to do so when they never had the votes, it's a narrative Republicans think stray from the one that keeps them on offense and keeps them on the subject of Obamacare. So they want to go back to that, and they don't want this constant news focus on whether or not the Republican Party is the one that's going to shut the government down.
Yeah, but you go back to the polls and look, and it's a good point. The Americans don't like Obamacare. I mean, the recent polls show that 52 to 54% are against it. They also don't want the government to shut down here. And a lot of these senators who are up for re-election, AB, are getting pressure from their constituents and some of these Tea Party groups saying, look, you vote to defund this or we're going to look for somebody else.
Right. There is enormous pressure on the right to be for this plan to defund Obamacare. The problem is they don't have supermajorities to overturn a presidential veto in the House or the Senate. It's just not realistic, and it's not going to happen. So why do something to risk some kind of impact on the economy in the process? What you are hearing from people who don't agree with Ted Cruz and the Republican Party is that there's a way to get at Obamacare to ask for a 1-year delay for the individual mandate when they come to their next fight on the debt ceiling just a few weeks from now. And then that would be something very tough for the administration after having given business owners a year waiver. Very tough for the administration to say the consumers don't get another year before the system rights itself and figures itself out. So I think that makes much more political sense. And that's why you see Republicans turning away from Ted Cruz, saying, let's even get the Senate debate and all these funny procedural votes done even quicker so that we can move it back to the House and try to, take care of this as soon as possible.
Yeah. A.B. Stoddard. A.B., good to see you. Thank you.
Thank you.